Hi everybody and welcome to another episode of Salon Talk, sponsored by K Hair Pep Australia. Today we've got a salon owner who reportedly is the highest seller of K Hair Pep. So this had me really interested because she's actually a regional salon owner in Gippsland, East Gippsland in Victoria. And as some people may know, we actually also have a regional salon in Gippsland, but West Gippsland will probably 100 kilometres apart. But I'm excited to know from another country salon owner, just like us, about her journey through hairdressing. So welcome, Loren. I'll just unmute you like that. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. We're just discussing how cold it is in Melbourne today. So I've got my jumper on. I've just turned my heater off.
It's absolutely freezing.
You might be the only other cold person I know.
Oh, no, so, I've been sitting on top of my heater out the back.
Yeah, right, I know. I've got the Canara going, I've got the heater going, and I've got the thermal socks on. I'm still cold, but not as cold as last week. So you're in Lakes Entrance. Do you want to just explain to people not from Victoria where that is?
So it's on the southeast coast of Victoria, about 4 hours from Melbourne.
That's right. It's a long way, isn't it?
It is a long way. It's definitely better with like all the bypasses and the freeway being opened right up. It's a quicker trip, but it's still a long way.
So Lakes Entrance I've been to before because it's a tourist town. Mm-hmm. So it's not a huge population, but it swells up during summer, I guess, and
big time
getting everyone through.
Yeah.
So how long have you had the salon now, Loren?
I've had my own business for about 10 years, but we've been in commercial salon now for about 8 years, moving a couple of times, but with the general salon just in touch through that.
And you were born and raised in Lakes Entrance?
Sure was.
Never left?
We moved away for a couple of years. My husband went through the police force and we moved back to have our family. I think it was about 2 years that we lived down in Melbourne. So
yeah. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. If people haven't been there, it's one of those places where you'd be mad to leave.
Absolutely. Yeah, we love it here.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
As you know, the show's sponsored by K Hair Pep, but as you may also know, we'll talk about that later. What we're really interested in is understanding how other hairdressers get to their salons, you know, your journey through hairdressing, your journey in salons, and, of course, now as a business person. So when did you start hairdressing?
It was actually after I had my kids.
Okay.
Yeah, when we moved to Melbourne was prior to having kids, prior to getting married, and my husband and I had a deal that we'd move to Melbourne. I'd apply for hairdressing apprenticeships and he'd apply for the police academy, and whoever got in first got their career first. So he bet me.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. So I worked just in hospitality because we couldn't do an apprenticeship wage and an academy wage. We just never would have even been able to cover the rent. So
yeah, right.
I financially supported him through the police force, and then once he built his career up and we had our kids, we decided it was my turn.
Okay.
I applied for apprenticeships and kept getting knocked back. I think my age had a lot to do with it because I was about 24.
Okay.
So,
you weren't old.
I know. But it was at the time, I don't know. I think I also wasn't like a stereotypical hairdresser either. You wouldn't look at me and go, oh, she fits the mould. So yeah,
I understand,
I felt that had a bit to do with it. So I enrolled in a 1-year course in Melbourne at a school, and I did 10 months of it and dropped out because I hated it.
How were you travelling to Melbourne to do the training?
Every week, I'd get on the train. My mum would have my kids, and I loved doing the work, but I hated the travel. I hated the school. I hated everything about it.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough that a girl moved to Lakes and bought a salon, and she needed a hand. So I went and saw her, and she put me on as a third-year apprentice and trained me up, and I worked with her for a little while. And then just family circumstances, I just decided to take a bit of a chill and go do something else, and just kind of fell into working for myself. So
Okay.
yeah, had a home salon for a couple of years. Yeah.
And then you've evolved into a street location now.
Yeah. So I did the home thing for probably 18 months, 2 years, and then one of my clients was actually selling a salon and kept saying to me, buy my salon. And so I bought her salon.
You did?
Yeah.
That happens a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And your husband's a policeman?
He was. He's actually had another career change since then, and he's now a primary school teacher.
Oh, my God.
I know, right?
Okay. Ex-policeman would be a really good primary school teacher.
It's the job he was meant to do. He should have done this all.
Oh, okay.
So,
is he really good at it? That's good.
Very good at it.
Okay, so how big's the salon now? Like, I can see some activity in the background.
So we've got 8 stations. We've got room for 9, but with COVID, obviously, we've had to spread everything out a little bit. And we have four basins that pre-COVID would quite often be full all the time, but with COVID, we can only use 2 of them. So
yeah, that's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
So are you going to be viable with the spacing? Like, is it okay? This is a big thing at the moment.
Yeah. We've got screens going in between our basins, hopefully by the end of this week. So as long as we don't have too many other bodies floating around, we've got like policies and procedures in place to make sure that we don't have too many people in the salon.
Yes.
And
that's such a hassle now.
Oh.
And at time of recording, Victoria's just had a bit of a spike. So we've been discussing sort of stuff things up. We have our salons, I guess, are 2 levels, but we can only have 20 people inside now.
Yeah.
Even though we're big enough to have more. Like, this is a problem. So floor space is a premium. So you can't bring your friend.
Yeah.
And in our situation, you probably can't bring your parents. So it really hurts the children's market. Not that we're big on it, but we like to do everything.
Yeah, we're the same.
But you can't accompany your child, which kind of means you can't do it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very strange situation. But you also had bushfires, didn't you? Because my neighbours got stuck down there, and so did one of my apprentices, actually.
Yeah, we did. We got hit really bad. We actually got evacuated twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the second time, me and one of my other staff members actually had a sleepover in the salon.
Yeah, right.
The salon was in the safe zone, so we just came from our homes and rolled some beds out. We did our hair and made the best of the situation. But financially, the bushfires really hurt us because we lost our whole summer trade. So
and summer in that town is everything, isn't it? That's a whole tourist trade. Melbourne sort of empties down in that direction for those that aren't from Victoria, but all of those coastal towns would have suffered so much.
Yeah.
So that was January, was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. From New Year's Day onwards.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my apprentice got evacuated from the beach.
Yeah.
And it was around that sort of time. She shouldn't have been there, of course.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So you were just sort of getting over that hurdle, and then all of a sudden you've got COVID like the rest of us. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So financially pretty tough.
2020 has not been great.
No. See, we do live in a bushfire zone. Obviously the Melbourne cell is not affected, but Warragul can be. And Belinda and I, we face the Bunyip National Forest, so we're right in the zone. And we live at the top of a slope, so that's even worse. So, but we missed it this year. It went your way. Eventually it'll come back our way, no doubt. But I can't even imagine. We went through Black Saturday in Warragul. I don't know if that hit you, but that hit us pretty hard in surrounding towns. So, it's been a crap year for you.
Yeah.
On the positive side, you've had K Hairpet for a while. They're always talking about your salon because it seems to be, if it's not the biggest seller, it's pretty much in the top 3. Last I heard, it was the biggest seller in Australia. I thought I was. So it's slightly like, what do you mean? And then I don't even think I think we might be in the top 5, but you seem to be number 1. So how did you come about K Hairpet and what's your secret?
Well, To be honest, I was like sold on another product, and it was my two girls that had been doing trade school down at Bieber Academy kept going on and on and on about this K-Hair Pep treatment. Nothing that we had in Salon was comparing to it. They just loved it. It was the best, the best, the best. And we're at Hair Expo, and we walked in, and one of the girls grabbed me and moved me towards the K-Hair Pep like their little station, and he said, please just try it, just have a talk to them. And they were lovely and greeted us and all the rest, and they just gave us a sample and said, just try it. And they didn't try and push it on me or anything, which really impressed me, because obviously being at Expo, you just get everyone trying to push their product. And I thought, I'll give it a go. And at the time I had just done a big bleach on my hair. So that night, actually, in the motel, I washed my hair and I used it and couldn't believe the difference it made to my hair. So I signed up with them, I think, the next week, and got their introductory like kit, and that had like so much of everything, and we sold out of that in about 3 days, and made another big order, sold out of that within a week. Like, we just couldn't keep it on our shelves. I think our clientele, they listen to us because we're not full of it. We don't try and sell them stuff they don't need, but we do believe that this is like just, it's amazing. You can't say how good it is. It just does what it says it's going to do. It makes your hair feel beautiful, and we do a lot of blondes, so they just trust us.
You're a colour heavy salon, aren't you? So is that your main sort of, is the main use?
Yeah.
Do you go before colour as well with serum, or do you just go after with mask? No,
we do the serum post colour, and then pre-colour, and then we do the colour and then follow it up with a pre-treatment as well. And we always recommend that they take it home and use it afterwards.
Yeah, we do the same. So we don't sell as much serum as the mask.
No, we don't.
To take that home would be pretty we'll use it with some finer, older hair, especially if it's heavily coloured. Seems to give more volume and stability to the hair shaft.
Yeah.
But it's a bit more of a technical tool for us.
Yeah.
Before, sometimes in between, like lightening and then going in with the toner, we almost use it like a porosity filler.
Yeah.
And there's not that many good porosity fillers in the market, with the extra benefit that you're actually supporting the bonds.
Yeah, for sure.
So like you, we're big on colour, and it's fast, so that we don't have to put on, say, a Plex, which will take maybe 20 minutes, and do that twice. Like we might do the K-Hair Pep twice.
Yeah.
Is that how you're using it?
Yeah, and that's what we find with our clients. They like it because it is quick. So many people are time poor nowadays. They don't want to put something on and then have to wash it off later, or put something on and then have to shampoo, then treat, then wash off. They just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, it's done. So, and they also get a bit confused. They're not professionals, and you give them this sort of, do this and then you do this and do this. To us, it makes sense. To them, it's like, what? It's sort of so simple, it's stupid. And that's the hard thing about it, I think, because it is so simple, but it does such a complicated job. Yeah. It's a bit hard to understand unless you've tried it. Yeah. Okay. So you find they retail really well? Do they take the mask or the trial pack? Like, we don't sell many trial packs. We normally just go for the trial pack, because we've sort of made I suppose a package where they'll buy the pre and post treatment with the take home included. Oh, okay. Yeah. And we package that in with their colour when we quote it. So it's just automatically put in there, and then they take that home, and then when the next time they come in, we just say to them, like, how did you go? And 9 times out of 10 they love it. No worries. Well, this time, you should grab the bottle because it's obviously better value. Some will do it, some won't. Yeah. Depends on how much hair they've got and how often they're using it. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so go back a little bit. Tell me about your pricing quote. So what are you quoting sort of pre, during and post treatment plus the trial pack, just so people get an idea of what to do here? We charge $25, I think, for the pre and post treatment.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got really long, thick hair, it's $35, and then we charge $35, I think, for the take-home pack. So it works out $60,
good.
$70 on top of their service.
Yeah. Well, that's easy to say yes to.
Yeah.
For the client, isn't it? And they're going away with something.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea. We've never done that before.
Yeah.
But maybe we should. I might steal that. I'll credit you though.
Go for it. Go for it. we have like memberships in Salon as well, and so it's a really easy way to upgrade a membership is including the treatment in it.
Oh, okay.
So, they can pay like a weekly amount and they get a cut and colour every 6 weeks. That includes the K-Hair Pet. So we sell a lot through the membership program as well.
Yeah, that would work really well. So you're sort of upgrading them slightly or upselling them, and then they're just paying that off. They wouldn't even notice the difference.
They don't, and their hair's amazing.
Well, they notice that difference, right? That's the important thing.
That's exactly right. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, I know you're a big colour seller. We don't normally talk too much about colour brands, but I know that your colour brand has been very supportive. So we should give them a shout out. So who are you with?
We're with Keeley.
Keeley. And they've been good during this bushfires and
they have
COVID?
Been. Yeah. I actually had Michael call me personally on my phone to make sure that we were all okay, and it wasn't just a sales pitch. He touched base with me a couple of times, and they've just been so supportive, making sure that we're all okay, making sure that we're supported as a salon. I couldn't have asked for more from these guys. They've just been amazing, as well as our rep Keza as well. She calls in. Yeah, she's actually come down a couple of times, like always rings just to see how things are going, see if we need anything. They're just, the best.
Well, that's all we want to hear about our product companies, don't we? We grumble about them so much. Like when they do a great job, I think we should all say that's a great job. So you're pretty sorted. You've got Keeley, K-Hair Pep. You're in a good, happy place.
We are.
Lucky you.
We just need COVID-19 to go away now, and then we'll be all right. Yeah,
that's a problem. That is a problem. Yes. Hopefully, if we all do the right things, we'll get on top of it. I want to know about where you get your Perspex dividers from later, because I'm thinking I probably need those as well.
Yeah, we weren't going to, but it sounds like this 1.5 is going to be around for quite a while, and we need to be able to use our basins. So
yeah, you've got to be sustainable. How many did you say you've got? 3 basins?
We've got 4 basins.
Oh, yeah.
4.
So you can't really miss out the middle 2. Not when you're a really heavy colour salon like you are or we are.
Yeah.
I think 1.5 will stay around for a while, so that distancing is going to be a thing, and we're just all going to have to get used to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy. Okay, well, I want to thank you for your time and sharing your story with everyone. I can hear the salons nice and buzzy behind you. I love a busy salon. Yes. Can see them all working. So you're Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday?
We're Monday to Friday.
You have Saturdays off?
Let's say we have Saturdays off. No. We always end up in here on a Saturday. We're suckers.
You can't say no.
No.
Okay, well, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks so much, Loren.
No worries. Thank you.